Hello guys, very good evening. If you can hear me quickly in the chat, if you can type +1, that would be really good. Or just type 1 if you can hear me in the chat. Okay, many people have raised hands, great. So it's good. Okay, great. So I can see that still there are a lot of people joining, right? So let us wait for them. In the meantime, we'll start in another 5 more minutes. Let us wait for your friends to join. And in the meantime, I will be sharing my screen and we will just play a timer. Okay, so just a minute. Let's quickly have a 5-minute timer. Okay, and in the meantime, what we can do, like we can wait for all the people to join. There are a lot of people joining. Okay, yeah, so I'll be on mute till that time. Hello guys, thank you so much for waiting. I think we are ready to start. Again, I just want confirmation whether you are able to see my screen. Also, you're able to see my video and you can clearly hear my voice. Great, thank you so much, guys. So basically, we are going to start our uh, you can say webinar today. Okay, fine. So this is a very important, you can say, topic, DSA. Okay, we will try to go in depth, right? And in this webinar, I want, if you can, if you have your notebooks or if you have your writing pad or pens, and if it is better, like if you're able to code as well along with me. Okay, so we'll try to understand if you are a newbie, like very fresh into coding, or if something is there like you unfortunately have not started DSA, then how to start, how to approach. We'll start from the very first question, like why it is required. Okay, and post that we'll look some techniques, what kind of technique we can explore and how to approach that kind of problems. Okay, so let's get started. Quickly give a thumbs up if you're all excited. Great, I can see a lot of people are there and excited. Nice. Okay, so the first question that comes in everyone's mind, why is DSA important? Okay, now this is a slide that you can see, but if I go and if I ask you like why it is important, why do I really need to learn DSA? Can I go without DSA? Yes, you can get jobs without DSA also, but let's suppose if you are looking to make a lasting impression, okay, and if you want to go into a better company, or if you want to launch or elevate your career in technical field mostly as of now, okay, so there DSA is going to be your backbone. Okay, now with the age of chat GPT, with the age of AI and other engines, you can get your code for free, right? You don't have to type in the code, just write few prompts. Can you give me this code, and you will get it, right? But again, companies prefer problem solving. Okay, companies prefer problem solving, and this is very important, because if you are a person who can solve real world problems which are coming at the production, which are at a company level, then you will have an extra advantage. And what is the means of saying it, right? It is through solving the DSA problem, right? So DSA is one approach where you can showcase your problem solving skills. You can showcase your efficiency, that yeah, I can solve my problem, but also I can make it efficient. Efficient in the terms of it can be space and complexity. Okay, so we have audience like who are very fresh also, so don't worry on these terms. Just try to understand here, okay, and try to make a note of all these points. Okay, also it will build your confidence. So once you start solving few problems, okay, few good level of problems, then what happens, it will automatically reflect in your confidence. Global recognition is there, but for freshers I don't think so it is another factor. But again, you will get a global recognition if you are in big companies. So recently there are a lot of companies which face some glitches, like Amazon was there, Google was there, and accordingly they were able to resolve it based on their problem solving ability. And again, you have career opportunities, which is right now one of the most important part of your wheel or your you can say upcoming journey, right? Most of you are from the college. We have few experts as well, like experts in terms of professionals who are already working, so that is also there. But I think the majority audience is here to explore their career opportunities, and almost all the companies want you to be a good problem solver. And how do they test it? They test it via giving you the DSA problems. Okay, it is a way of or a means of checking that you are good at problem solving or not. Okay, I hope you got this part. Like, why are we reading? Why do we want to understand DSA? Just give me a quick thumbs up if you are able to like map it, why it is required. Okay, So coming to the next slide, in the next slide, we'll try to understand like why exactly it is a challenge. Like in the poll that we conducted, most of us told that somehow we don't like uh, solving problems, right? Or they somehow fear this data structures and algorithms. Okay, so this is, you can say, when you solve a coding challenge, and this is just the tip of the iceberg, but behind the scene, what happens, right? These are the things that you have to master, or you have to you can say do on a daily basis. Okay, so we will see like what is the right step. Okay, but before that, if you can just go through this you can say is an iceberg. Here is what you see, that people are able to code the challenges, but like behind the scene there are a lot of things which are happening. Okay, you have to do a lot of consistent practice, you have to manage your time, you have to make sure that you are efficiently solving the algorithm, you have logical problem solving, and also you have abstract thinking. Okay, so basically what happens, let's suppose we are here and we want to solve a problem. Okay, we are here, what we do, we directly try to say that okay, if we solve a problem, then only I am good at DSA or problem solving. But this is not the case. There are few steps that you need to master, and again you have to do it in a step by step manner. Okay, there's a step by step manner which will help you to become a fresher or a fresh person into DSA or problem solving, and to become an expert, right? I won't say you can like gain full expertise, but at least you will have some you can say basic expertise where you can solve a problem statement, or even you can think of problem solving the problem statement. Okay, so basically this is where people lack motivation. This is where they think that they are bad or they get demotivated. Okay, so what are these steps? So again I'm saying, like, if you directly try to think and if you try to judge yourself that I am getting a problem, let's say I get a problem, okay, or a question, and if I'm able to solve it, then I am good at DSA. Okay, you might solve 10 problems out of 100, you might solve even 100 problems out of, let's say, 100, and suddenly if another question comes which is very difficult, and if you're trying to judge yourself on this criteria, like if I get a question, I'm able to code the solution, then I think uh, you are marking yourself wrong. Okay, this is not how you should judge yourself. Okay, so there are few layers, there are few steps that you have to do, and then only you can, in a step by step manner, you can try to become a master. Okay, if you directly do this, you will solve one problem, easy problem, you will be having a very high confidence. The next day, if you don't get the solution, even though it can be a very easy solution, but if you're not able to get it, then what happens, you will become demotivated. Okay, so this is one thing that we have to change our mindset. Okay, so basically this is how you have to climb the stair in a step by step manner. Okay, so the very first is what, very first thing is you have to come to a position or a stair where you are able to understand the given problem. Okay, so the first thing is, even if a problem is given to you, right, here what is happening, you are at the level 0. Okay, you right now don't even know like what the problem is saying, right? So if you are in a position to understand a very basic level problem, okay, you are able to understand a very basic level problem, then what happens, you have come to a level 1. Okay, the first level is understand the problem, read and grasp the problem constraints, what the question is trying to ask. Okay, how the questions, like how if I give the inputs, how the output should come. Once you are here, okay, so you can say that you have improved from here, and now you are trying to fail better. Okay, earlier where were you, you were not even able to understand, but now at least you're able to understand the problem statement. Okay, Once you're able to understand the problem statement, then what we need to do, we directly cannot jump here, right? We cannot directly go and like solve the code, or we can code we cannot code the entire solution of the problem. The next step here is what we are going to do. In the next step, we have to give a thought here. Okay, we have to give a thought here. And what is the thought? You can just think the logic in paper, okay, or on paper. So basically, let's suppose I give you a scenario. Let's suppose you are from a college, let's say ABC college, okay, and let's suppose I think most of you are from Bangalore itself. So what you do, you need to go to a place, let's say called some B place. You have to go, okay, and you have to go by bus. Let's say you have to go by BMTC bus, right? So how are you going to approach? First what you're going to do, first you're trying to understand, okay, I need to go from such so and so location to so and so location, okay, location. Let's say this is a college and you need to go to your home or house. Let's say this is the day one of your college journey, okay, you are going to the college for the very first time, or it can be vice versa here also. From house you want to go to college. So first what you're going to do, first you're going to understand, okay, and the problem is very simple, that you have to find a path, or you have to find a path where you have to go from, or you have to do up down from college to home and home to college, right? Now second thing, what you're going to do, you're going to explore all the options. You're going to explore the routes that you have, okay. So for example, let's suppose if you are in Yelahanka, okay, which is on the outskirts, and if you want to go to, let's say, Electronic City, okay, although it might take you more than 3 hours, but let's say you want to go to Electronic City, then what you're going to do, you will have few routes. From Yelahanka you can go to first Hebbal, okay. From Hebbal then you can go to other route. Let's say you go via Outer Ring Road, you go to HSR layout, and from there you go to Electronic City. This is one route, right? Similarly, from Yelahanka you can go to Majestic, right, which is the hub, and from Majestic you can take another bus, right? So in the same fashion again, you can optimize it. You can, based on the number of changes, number of bus changes, okay, if there's a direct bus, then well and good, or if the time taken is less, accordingly what you will do, you will try to do the changes in your routes, okay. So in the same fashion, what we have to do, we have to give a thought process to our problem, okay. First is to understand the problem, second is to give a thought. What the problem is we have understood. Now how I can approach that problem, okay. So that is our thinking on paper. We write out the ideas, we try to see what kind of cases that we have. Once this is done, then we try to develop a naive approach, okay. That is, we try to first figure out different routes or different bus options which are available, okay. Let's say there are 4 to 5 bus routes which are available, right, where in a route it can be, let's say you have to do a lot of walking, okay, or there might be a route where you have to do maximum number of transfers, right, or there can be a route where the fare is high, okay, the fare is on a higher side, right. So these are all the options that you have. In the same way, you are trying to first write the naive logic, okay. Now once you are able to draft the naive logic, that is, you are at this particular position, you are able to draft a solution, okay, you are able to draft a solution. So you will be at now level 3, right. Again, you from here you cannot directly jump to the conclusion or the solution, okay. You have to be patient now, okay. Once you draft the solution, once you figured out all the ways in which we can go from Yelahanka to Electronic City, then what you need to do, you need to optimize the logic in the sense, you need to optimize the route, okay, based on your comfort. Let's suppose if you don't want to pay extra fare, but you can do walking as well, but again you don't want to pay extra fare, right. So you can approach one particular route, okay. If you don't want to have the maximum number of transfers, you want only one transfer, so directly there can be a bus option, BMTC bus option, which you are going to opt, Okay, so based on the problem requirement, right, based on the problem requirement, you are going to optimize your solution. Okay, you are going to optimize your solution. Right now you have again leveled up and you have come to level 4. Okay, and once this is done, then what you can do, you can write an algorithm, then you can write your code, and at the end what you can do, you can optimize and again refactor your code. So if you directly try to jump from here to here, from this stair first to, let's say, this stair 7th, then what will happen? Yeah, anyone would like to say what will happen? I think you can comment in the chat if is that option available for you guys. If no, you can do thumbs down as well. Yeah, okay, you can, right? I can see. Okay, great. Now coming to the coming back to our, although we'll come to the other parts as well, coming back to where we started. So what will happen? You will be demotivated. Okay, and I think most of you can align with me, and you will start fearing DSA, right? These will be the consequences, and you will in fact you will also start hating it as well, right? You will start hating this as well. So this will be the outcome, and then what will happen? You will not be able to explore the positive side of the DSA if you approach this way, reading the problem and directly trying to solve it. It is a sure short failure. Okay, what you have to do, you have to learn in a step by step manner, one step at a time, climb the staircase. It will take time. Okay, all good things take time. Okay, so you have to build yourself, your logical thinking, in a step by step matter or manner. Okay, this is what is required from your end. What is the first step? Can you quickly type in the chat? What is the first step that you have to do? Let me see if you can. Understand the problem. Great. Now what is the second step? Yeah. First is understand the problem. Yes. Then second is, yeah, it can be think on paper, or it can be like just try to say it. Okay, sketch out your ideas. Then the third step is to write a logic, naive logic. Then fourth step is to optimize the logic, write an algorithm, code it out. Then what you can do, you can optimize and refactor your problem statement. Okay, now let's suppose I give you a problem. Okay, let's suppose I'm trying to give you a problem. Okay, the problem is you are working in YouTube. Okay, let's say you're working in YouTube Music, or you're working in, let's say, Spotify. Okay, these are the famous platforms where you generally listen your music, right? So where do you listen? You can quickly type 1 if you listen on YouTube Music, or you can type 2 on Spotify. Let me see, where do you listen? Oh wow, so many of you listen on Spotify. So let us say you are working in Spotify. Okay, you are a lead developer there. Okay, you are a lead developer there. Now what happens? In your application, you want to launch a new feature. You want to launch a new feature. Okay, and what this feature is going to do, in this feature, the user will enter the minutes or the time duration for or the time duration for which user will listen the song. Okay, or user has the time to listen the song. Okay, and accordingly what you need to do, you need to find 2 songs that will fit exactly in that duration, exactly in that duration. Are you able to understand? So let's suppose, I'll try to say it. Let's suppose we have song number 1. Okay, song number 1, for simplicity, let's say we are taking it in seconds. So song number 1, let's say, is for about, let's say, plays for 180 seconds, or which is equivalent to, let's say, 3 minutes. Okay, then we have song number 2. Song number 2, let's say, goes for 200 seconds, which is nothing but 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Similarly, we have song number 3. Okay, let's say this is very short, it goes only for 100 seconds, that can be 1 minute and 40 seconds, and so on. We have a list of songs. Now user tells, hey Spotify, the feature is, hey Spotify, I have let's say I have 5 minutes to listen a particular song, and after 5 minutes I want you to stop my particular app, or just make sure my app closes after 5 minutes. And the user tells, okay, I want to listen the maximum number of songs that I can listen, and they should be in full, right? So what now Spotify will do? Spotify will say, okay, if I select this song number 1, it will run for 3 minutes, and then I will be left with only 2 minutes. So what I have to do? Can I play song number 2 full? No, I cannot play song number 2 full, but I can play song number 2, but I have to end it this in the middle itself, right? So it will play only for 2 minutes. Now let's suppose if I go for song number 3, can I go for song number 3? Yes, I can go for song number 3. So it will go for 3 minutes. Song number 1 will go for 3 minutes, and song number 3 will go for 1 minute and 40 seconds. But user has 5 minutes to listen to my song, right? Or 5 minutes to use my application. But if this happens, what will the impact? The two songs will finish just within 4 minutes and 40 seconds, and 20 seconds earlier, or just like not able to complete 5 minutes, what Spotify will do? Spotify will close the application. But there's one more way. Like if I play the song number 2 first, it will run for 3 minutes and 20 seconds. And then if I play my song number 3, it will run for 1 minute and 40 seconds. In total, it will run for how much time? It will run for 5 minutes exactly. Okay. Are you able to understand the feature that as a developer you want to work on now? If yes, you can quickly give a thumbs up. Okay, great. I can see a lot of people giving thumbs up. You can also type +1 in the chat. Okay. Now you can take out pen and paper. Okay, I want you to take out pen and paper and try to think of the logic. See, again, I don't want here you to, let's say, I don't want you to write the code. I'm not expecting it, but think of the logic, like what kind of thought process we can have. You can comment in your chat. Okay, try to make sure that it is original, you don't copy it. Okay, try to think of the feature, give 2 minutes of your, you can say, thought process. Use pen and paper, and accordingly we'll see how we can approach such problems. So you're working in Spotify as a, you can say, developer there. Now Spotify wants to release a new feature where user will enter the time duration for which listen, and you have to find 2 songs that will fit exactly or most efficiently. Okay, most efficiently, right, in that duration. So we have a test case. Let's suppose there are 3 songs, and the best way is to play song number 2 and play song number 3 also. You can quickly comment in the chat section what you can do. Okay, so I've got one answer by Kishore. Good. If song 2 dot length plus song 3 dot length equals to the user interested time, then I play these two songs. Great. You have come to some kind of logic. Okay, what else? What else can we do here? Try all pair of songs and check if the sum equals to the user input. Excellent, Bharat. This is also a good solution. So what Bharat is trying to say, I will first check the combination of song number 1 and 2, then 1 and 3, and then 2 and 3. Good. This is also a good approach. Nice. So I am really liking that you are participating here. Yeah, I'll give one more minute. Think of the logic, and then we will, or you can think of the problems which are there in these logics. Okay. Again, don't jump for the solution. That is not we want here. Just think, give a thought process. Let us be on the step number 1. We have understood the problem. Great. We are right now on step number 2. We try to first think out on the paper. Okay. We have got one more approach through maximizing or completing the bounds using a knapsack approach. We can go with that knapsack approach as well, Prashant. Iterate over all songs and select all songs less than user time and then segregate them and selected songs. Wow, this is also a good approach. Great. So I'm pretty happy that you guys are participating here using arrays in which first name song. Yeah. So Savita, it is very similar to what Bharat has mentioned. Okay. Yeah, very similar approach. So we have got one approach here, and the approach is, let's suppose we have song number 1. Okay. Let's suppose we have 10 songs, right? So in these 10 songs, what we do, we first do song number 1 plus song number 2, or we do song number 1 and song number 3, song number 1 and song number 4, and accordingly we can try to figure out the pairs here, right? We can try to figure out the pairs here. But the challenge is, let's suppose Spotify has millions of songs, right? Millions of songs. It is a huge challenge. For millions of songs, we have to do million into million minus 1 combinations. Imagine the time it is going to take behind the scene. Okay. Although we have come to a naive approach, this is nothing but a naive approach. Okay. But again, there are few challenges with this kind of approach as well. Also, there are other factors which right now we are ignoring. So we cannot randomly give any song. Let's suppose if you speak native language, right? Let's say if you speak Kannada, okay, or if you are from Tamil Nadu, you speak Tamil, or Telugu, Malayalam, okay, and you might not know other language also, right? So you might not be very fluent in Hindi, or if you're fluent in Hindi, you might not be very fluent in Tamil or Telugu or other languages, right? So we have to think of that logic as well, that I'm able to select the songs from the choice or the language choice of the user, okay, which as of now we are ignoring. Okay, this we can ignore as of now altogether, right? Then you can think of other case scenarios. Other case scenarios can be, what if the user entered 30 seconds and we don't have any song for 30 seconds? Then what is going to happen? Or what if the user entered that I can listen for 1 hour, and user tells, okay, give me a two songs which I can listen in 1 hour, and we don't have those songs. Let's suppose the maximum is one song is for 15 minutes in the native language, and the another song is, let's say, of around 20 minutes. So what will happen? The entire you can say the you can say songs, the duration will be only 35 minutes. I hope you are able to understand the thought process, right? So always, whenever you are sitting any interview, okay, the first step that you have to do is try to ask the interviewer or the person, okay, who is having the technical discussion with you about the edge cases. Okay, believe me, this step itself is going to make sure that you differentiate from the rest of your peers who are attempting for the interview. Okay, think in a broader perspective. Okay, so when I say understand the problem, here you just not only have to understand the problem, but also question, what if it goes out of this? it is going to it gives a message that you are able to think on a wider approach or on a wider perspective. Okay, so again, this is very important. Hold directly, don't jump for the you can say think on directly, don't go for the naive approach. Try to think on the paper about the test cases or the wider approach, or about the edge cases, what will happen in that scenario. Okay, so in our problem statement, let's suppose these two are already fixed. We make sure that the songs that we have in the directory are in the native language or the language of the interest of the user, and also all the songs that we have, at the time of entering the duration, we make sure that user enters between 5 minutes to, let's say, 10 to 15 minutes. This is the duration that the user is able to enter. So let's suppose we have already taken care of these kind of you can say corner scenarios. Okay, then we have written a logic, some logic that we have written. Okay, now before uh, attempting the solution, let us try to understand one technique. Okay, let us try to understand one technique which is going to help you solve all these kind of problems in your interviews. Okay, now DSA is like an ocean, so one technique at a time we can approach. Okay, we can approach one technique at a time, and today we are going to cover one technique. Okay, and then with that technique we will try to solve this kind of problem. Okay, all with me? You can quickly type in one if you're all with me, align with me quickly. Great. Wow. Or you can also do thumbs up, that is also perfectly fine. Wow. So now, since you're all with me, let us try to understand the technique. What is the technique? Before that, we will just have a quick brush up of the arrays. It is a fundamental data structure. So what is an array and why it is required here? Okay, what is an array and why it is required here? So what we can do, we can store the duration in the array. Okay, array is nothing but arrays are like a container. Okay, where we can have one type of data. Okay, so it can either hold all the integer values, or it can hold all the let's say string values. Okay, if you don't know about all these things, don't worry, just try to be patient here. Okay, we'll come to the you can say logic part also, and if you know, like you already know array, so again be patient, we'll try to come to the technique also. So again, array is nothing but an ordered collection of elements. It is fixed in size and it has a contiguous memory allocation. Okay, it means, let's suppose if this particular is stored at index 0, next element will be stored at index 1. It is very similar to all the houses. Let's suppose you went into a society, this is house number 1, house number 2, house number 3, and they are all in one order. Okay, so house number 1 has address, house number 2 has address, house number 3, and accordingly in one order, which is of limited size. Okay, and again the operations, like it is very accessible in terms of speed, it is fast, and we can perform common algorithms, and we can perform insertion and deletion complexities. Okay, so array is a fundamental data structure that we are going to use. And how we are going to use it, what we are going to do, we are going to store the time duration of the songs. Okay, store the time duration of the songs in an array. Okay, so what we can do, let's suppose we have an array at the 0th index. Let us store the time duration in seconds. Okay, 180 seconds. So let's suppose the song 0, or which is present in the 0th index, has time duration of, let's say, 180 seconds. At the first index, time duration is, let's say, 200 seconds. In the second index, let's say it is 240, and we can go on as well. So let's say for third it is let's say 120. For fourth also it can, let's say, be 120. For fifth, let's say it is 300. For 6, let's say it is 170, and so on, right? So what we are doing, we are using our array to store the data. Okay, to store the data. And what is the data here? Data is nothing but data is our length of the song. Okay, or time or duration of the song. All with me till here? Any doubts, anyone? You can quickly ping in the chat. Quickly you can ping. If no doubts, you can type in 1. Okay, lot of thumbs up. Great. Okay, so let us continue, right? Let us continue now. Now, this is important. Okay, this is how we have stored the data. Now we are going to learn a very important technique. Now, how can you come to this naive logic? You have come, but how are you going to go from step number 3 to step number 4? You should apply patterns or you should apply techniques. Okay, so basically, if you want to jump from step number 3 till step number 4, like from here to here, you should be aware of few techniques. Okay, and how this will come? This will come only by solving few techniques. Okay, there are few techniques which are already used. Okay, if you just master or do some problems, then only you can, you will be able to understand it. Okay, it is just like you should know which bus goes from which particular location. If you don't know that bus, then you cannot catch it. Okay, so again, if you don't know, don't worry. Okay, we will learn the technique today. So the technique is called two-pointer technique. Okay, so yeah, already you can see in the screen, it is nothing but the two-pointer technique. This technique is particularly useful for solving problems that involve searching or sorting data, such as finding pairs in an array. Okay, so whenever in interview, if you are able to, if you get a question, find a pair in array. Okay, or find the maximum sum of two array, or two elements in an array. Okay, something like that. Okay, what you're going to do directly without thinking, you just approach the two-pointer technique. And the two-pointer technique is very easy. The main advantage, it includes the reduced time complexity. This will understand later. It uses very minimum extra space. Okay, and we can simplify the entire problem statement into a very you can say very solvable problem. Okay, so again, we got when to apply and we got advantages of two pointer technique, but still we don't know what exactly is a two-pointer technique. Right, now let's try to understand what exactly is a two-pointer technique. So let's suppose in an array we have 10, 20, 15, 13, 14, 18. Okay, these are the numbers that we have. Okay, now how the two-pointer will start? First, what we're going to have, we are going to have a pointer here. Okay, we are going to have a pointer in the left side, pointer at the left side, and then we are going to have a pointer at the right side. Okay, we are going to have a pointer at the right side. Now once this is done, then what we are going to do, we take the value from the left side and then we take the value from the right side and then we check. We like do whatever we want to do. Okay, we just check it or whatever is the scenario here. But again, the crux of this is there is a pointer in the left side and there is a pointer on the right side. Then what we do, we move this pointer from the left side. Okay, this pointer on the left side goes to the right side. This pointer will come here, and the pointer here from the right side will move to the pointer here on the left side. Okay, then again we take these two values. Then what we do, again we take the pointer here and then we take the pointer this one pointer here, and once they overlap, right, this pointer comes here, so this pointer, let's say green pointer, comes here, and this black pointer, if it comes to this location, then what we do, we just stop. Okay, we just stop. Okay, so I hope you are able to understand what is pointer. I'm not expecting you to understand in full depth. Okay, so we'll do a very basic problem and then we will try to understand what is happening, but I hope you might be able to understand in two pointer what is there. There's a pointer in the left side and there's a pointer on the right side. Right pointer moves towards left, the left pointer moves towards right, and once they reach to a middle point, there we have to just stop. Okay, so quickly what we are going to do, we are going to write up a question. Okay, let us quickly try to attempt a problem that is reversing an array using two pointer. Okay, so for example, a array is given to us, let's say 1 2 3 4 5. We have to reverse this array and we have to make it 5 4 3 2 1. So can you guys quickly tell me how can we apply the reverse or the two pointer logic in the reversing part? One. Okay, let me quickly check the chat. Okay, so someone is saying just swap the values. Okay, someone is saying use two for loops and change aj of I to a of I. Assign pointers to start and left. Yes. So basically what we are going to do here, we are going to assign a pointer here. Okay, so we will have a pointer, we will have a left pointer here, we will have a right pointer here. So we just swap these two values. Okay, then we move our left pointer right side, left pointer is here, and right pointer left side, and then what we do, we swap the values. Okay, and once they are at the same location, we don't do anything. Okay, so basically what we do, again, if I want to give, like, it again is a classical problem of two pointers. Okay, use two pointers, one is the left pointer, another is the right pointer. Swap these two values or the index, at whatever the index the value is present, swap it, and once this is done, then what you can do, you can increment your left pointer and decrement your right pointer. Okay, so basically let's see how we can do it. So quickly let me open the IntelliJ IDEA. So yeah, guys, did you got the gist of it? If yes, quickly give me a thumbs up, or you can give +1. Great, I think many of you are able to get it. So good. Okay, so now quickly let us try to code it. Okay, let us try to write the code quickly. So here I already have some codes, so let me close all these things. Okay, so let us quickly create a new package. Okay, new package, and this I can just write com dot webinar. Okay, something like that we can write, and I will be coding in Java. So if you don't know Java, don't worry. Okay, just follow the logic, and again, just follow the logic, and that you can convert in any of the language. And if you don't know anything, no coding, don't worry. Okay, I'll try to help you here how the Java works and how we can write the values. Okay, so basically we create a main class. Okay, main class is the, you can say, gateway, and inside the main class generally we have the main method. Okay, so we have the main method here. Now the first step that we are going to do is we are going to declare the array. Okay, so how do we declare the array? This is the syntax. Again, if you don't know, don't worry. Okay, just watch it. So here we can write array. Here I can assign few values. So in our case, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me maximize it. Okay. Now, if you want, you can just quickly sys out the value here. Sys out that the original array is. And here what you can do, you can run a for loop. Okay. You can run a for loop, enhanced for loop if you want. And here you can write array. Okay. And here what you can do, you can display the value of I. Okay. Yeah. So let us quickly first run this. Let's see if it is running fine or not. So we can see that our first part of the code is running. That is, we are able to declare the array, and also we are able to print the original array as well. Okay. Now what we're going to do, we are going to write the two pointer approach. So someone said that we can run two loops. That is also perfectly fine. We can run two loops as well. Okay. And then what we can do, a of I and a of j, accordingly we can swap. That also is a possibility. Okay. But that might, if we are running two nested loops, okay, it will run, first loop will run n times and the second loop will also run n times. So the time complexity might become n square. Okay. The time complexity might become n square. Okay. So that is why it is not efficient. So we will use the two pointer logic here. Okay. So in the two pointer logic, what we can do, we can quickly write here int left pointer is equal to, it starts from where? The left pointer starts from the index 0. Okay. It starts from the index 0. So here I write array of 0, or you can just directly write the index, that is 0. Okay. Similarly, we can have a right pointer. Right pointer will go till where? It will start from the lastmost array value. That is what? Array of length -1, because array starts from 0. Okay. So if the length of this particular array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the length is 5, it starts from the 0th index and the last value is present at the 4th index. Okay. So the right pointer will present where? Array dot length -1. Okay. Now in our condition, we will write the logic. So once our right pointer and left pointer comes to a location. Okay. So let's quickly try to see this part. Let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values. Left pointer is here, right pointer is here. Swap, left pointer comes here, right pointer comes here. Swap, left pointer comes here, right pointer comes here. We swap. Okay. Next time what will happen? This left pointer and this right pointer will change. Okay. So we don't have to make, we don't want this to happen. If they changes, then what will happen? Already swapped values will get swapped once again. Right? So what we are going to do, we are going to write the condition while my left pointer is always right less than my right pointer. Okay. And if this condition is true, what we do, we just write the logic to swap the elements in the array. So what I do, I write here a temporary variable. Temporary variable is equal to what? Array of left pointer. Then what we can do, we can make our array, we can make our left pointer, array of left pointer, the value is equal to array of my right pointer. Okay. And accordingly, what I can do, I can make my array of right pointer is equal to what? The value temp. Okay. So one by one, what we are doing, we are swapping the values. And then what we do, once this is done, we move the pointers. That is, left pointer, you move it to the right, that is you do plus plus, and right pointer, you move it to the left, you do minus minus. Okay. Once this is done, then what will happen? Our array will be swapped, or the values will be swapped. And again, what we can do, we can just copy this part and we can go down, and here we can write the reversed array is, and let's see if we are able to get the output or not. And here you can see the reversed array is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So guys, are you able to understand this part? 2-pointer problem. If yes, quickly give me a thumbs up. Give me +1 if you're able to. Yeah, which IDE? ID is IntelliJ. Okay, the ID is IntelliJ. I'll just write here. So this is the ID that we use in the industry also. Okay, IntelliJ IDEA. Okay, you can use Eclipse also if you're using Eclipse. You can use Visual Studio also. Okay, you can use any you can use any what they call ID here. Okay, so yeah, most of you are able to understand this part. Great. So this is a 2-pointer technique. Okay, now coming back to our slide, what you can see that this technique is useful for solving problems that involve searching or sorting data, such as finding pairs in an array. Okay, also the main advantage is it has reduced the time complexity. So how it has reduced the time complexity? Overall, if you look, our operations are only n times. Thus, if the size is, let's say, the size of the array is 6, so what we have to do? We have to just make one swap, and what we're doing, we're incrementing our pointer here. Similarly, we are decrementing our pointer here, right? So here, what is happening? There is only one operation that is happening. Similarly, this is the first operation. Let me quickly draw it here. So this is the first operation. This is the second operation. Then what happens? From here to here, this is the third operation. Here to here, it is the fourth operation. And accordingly, we just check, and accordingly, it is generally of big O of n. If the size increases, let's say if I increase more size, then what will happen? 2 more operations will increase. That's it. So generally, the time complexity always is big O of n. And also, it is an in-place algorithm. Okay, in-place algorithm, it means we are not using any extra space. We are not creating any new array. Let's say we create a new array, and then from so again, this is one more logic. Let's suppose you have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 array already existing. Let's say this is an array, and then you create a new array of the same size. Okay, and then you run a loop from behind, like back, and from here you start putting the values. 5 will come here, 4 will come here, 3, 2, and 1. Something like that will happen. But in our case, we are not creating any new array. We are focusing on the original array, and there itself we are swapping. Okay, we just have created a temporary keyword here, temporary variable to store. But apart from that, we have not created any other extra space. Okay, so yeah, these are the important points of my 2-pointer technique. And again, the definition is, the pointer technique is an algorithm approach that involves using 2 pointers to traverse data structures simultaneously. Okay, enabling efficient data processing and arrays and linked list. Okay, now again, there are 2 flavors of data, 2 pointers. First is it moves in the opposite direction, and second is it moves in the same direction. Okay, so these are the, you can say, so basically, again, when we say opposite direction, it means what can happen? We start from the middle, this goes to the left side, this goes to the right side, or in our case, what happens? We started at the extreme end, they both are moving towards each other. Okay, so these are the 2 flavors of our algorithm. I hope you are able to understand this part, everyone. Any doubts here in this, guys? Quickly write in the chat. If no doubts, you can give a thumbs up, or you can type +1 as well. Great. So I can see few people, you're giving thumbs up, and you're also typing +1 as well. Great. Now, can you try to apply the logic? Coming back to our problem, can you try to apply the logic for our Spotify problem? Here, can you try to make yeah, what we call, can you try to make this particular technique in this particular situation. Think of the approach where we can see. Yes, you can use two pointer in C programming also. So it is just a technique. Okay, you can use it in any language, right? This is just a way of solving a problem. Okay, you can use it in. Okay, great. We have got one good point that we need to sort the song's length first, or as the proximity to solution upon incrementing decrementing point is not guaranteed. Excellent, Prashant. Excellent. So basically, still we have one more challenge. Okay, still we have one more challenge. So let's suppose we have these values 180, we have, let's say, 120, and let's say we have 200. If we start using our left pointer and we start from a right pointer, then what is happening? This particular value we are taking, and then we are taking this particular value. Okay. In this case, what is happening? This plus this is greater than 300. So we have to discard this. Now, either I can move my pointer, this pointer, to here. Okay. And then I do the sum of these two. Then what happens? It will become 180 plus 120. This will 300, and this will be the logic. But I can also write a logic where I'm moving this pointer here. Okay. In this case, I'm selecting 120 and I'm selecting 200. Right. And in this case, again, it is becoming greater than 300. Now, if I go with the second approach, I can never find this kind of pair. Okay. So in this case, what I have to do, I have to make sure that my array is sorted. Okay. So those who did not got, I will explain it again. Okay. I will again explain you. So for example, let us this time take a bigger chunk. Let's say we have 180, we have 200, let's say 210, let's say 240, let's say 300, let's say 360. Okay, something like that we have. These are the length, and now we want to find, let's say 210 plus 240, let's say we have to find 450. Okay, so we start left pointer from here, we start right pointer from here. Now this is sorted in nature. Okay, it is in the ascending order, it is sorted in nature. So left pointer is here, right pointer is over here. If I do the sum part, okay, if I do the sum part, then what is happening? It is exceeding 450. Okay, it is exceeding 450, right? Then what we do, from here we are trying to increase the length. Okay, and from here we are trying to decrease the length. Then again I try this 200 and 300, again it exceeds. Then again what we can do, we can decrement this part and we can decrement this part also, and then we can go with this particular solution. Now imagine if it was not sorted. Let's suppose this is 360 over here, then we have 200 over here, 240 over here, 300 here, and let's say 180 here. Then directly what we could have done, we would have done 360 plus 180. Okay, in this case it is exceeding. Then we have gone for 360 plus 300, 360 plus 250, or we could have gone 200 plus 300, or 200 plus 240, something like that we would have gone. Okay, the iterations would have exceeded. Okay, although we can get the solution in this form also, but the iteration will become on a higher side. Okay, so in a nutshell, if you're not getting it, don't worry. So in a nutshell, it is always better in a two-pointer technique, it is always better to make sure that your array is sorted in nature. Okay. So quickly, can you tell me what are the sorted algorithms that are there or you might have heard of? Quickly type in quick sort, merge sort, heap sort. Great. What else? Binary search. Search is a searching algorithm. It is not a sorting algorithm. So in sorting, what we do? In sorting, what we do? We arrange the elements, right? And in searching, what we do? We try to search for a particular value. Search for a particular value. Okay. So you might have used selection sort, bubble sort, merge sort. There are a lot of sorting algorithms which many of you might have used, right? So now, why it is required again? I'll try to explain you why it is required to sort it. So let's try to again take the scenario. Okay. So again, let's say we have the values. Okay, let me quickly type in the values first. Then I think it will make more sense. So I'll go here. Let me write the class and let me write here, let's say Spotify feature. Okay. In the Spotify feature, you are creating a main method. And in this main method, what we are going to do, we are going to store an array. So I can write here int, integer, let's say it is song duration. Okay. Which is equal to, it is holding some values. Let's say it is 120. Okay. I can write, let's say 150. Let me add more values. 120, 150. So randomly, I'm just adding some values. Okay. 200. Let's say 210, let's say 240, 300, 360, 400, 480. Yeah, I think this is sufficient. We will add these values. And then once we have our array, okay, once we have our array, then what we can do in this, we can also have the target or the time limit. Okay, something like that we can have. Let's say in our case, let's say it is just 600 seconds. So what does 600 second means? That a user needs to listen 2 songs in 10 minutes. Okay. Something like this we have to think of. Now, what we are going to do, how to apply the two pointer here, 180, 200, 210, 240, 300, 360, 400, and let's say we have 480. Now, how can we apply it? Okay. So in this case, you can see that directly if I start with the left pointer and if I go to the right pointer, if I just do the sum of these two values, it is what? It is directly becoming 600. Okay. It is directly becoming 600. So again, we have taken a very optimistic case. Let me take the value as, let's say 450. Okay. Let me take the value as 450. Okay. So what we do here, how the process will start, we will start from the left pointer. Okay, just listen this carefully, guys. Very simple, but it might be slightly confusing also. Okay, and we start from the right pointer. Okay, so basically what we're trying to achieve, we are trying to question when to move the left pointer and when to move the right pointer. Okay, we are trying to question this part. We know what is a left pointer, what is a right pointer, but when do I have to move them, right? So in our this question, at every step we were moving, right? At every step we were moving left pointer to right side, right pointer to left side. But in this case, when should we do it, right? This we are trying to answer it. So now in the first, again, our target is what? Our target is 450, right? So we check the left pointer value and we check the right pointer value. Okay, we check the left pointer value and then we check the right pointer value. So what we do the sum of these values. Just do the sum of the values. Left pointer is 120, right pointer is 480, it is 600, right? So the sum is exceeding our target. If the sum is exceeding our target, and if I move my left pointer to this, what will happen? The sum will again exceed because it is in the sorted order. Yes or no? Can you quickly type in the chat if you understood this part? Everyone, can you quickly type +1 or thumbs up? Okay, so this is a very important step. Okay, if you got this point, then the entire logic is solved. So if my sum, okay, again I'll write, if my sum of left pointer plus my right pointer, if it is greater than the target, then what I need to do, I need to make sure this sum is less. So what I'm going to do, if this is the case, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to move my right pointer towards left. Okay, everyone, are you able to get this logic? You can type 0 also, okay? If you're not getting, I will explain it once again. But I want you to understand this logic. This is very important logic. Okay, good. Very good if you're not able to understand. So basically, what I'm trying to explain you here is, let's suppose I take a small example. Okay, I have this value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and my target is, let's say, 7. Sorry, not 7. Let's say my target is 6. Okay, let's say my target is 6. Now, if I start from the left pointer, we are already making sure that our array is sorted. Our array is sorted. Okay. So if my target is 6, if my left pointer is here and my right pointer is here, and I have to exactly find two values whose value, like whose target is 6. So if I take the left pointer, okay, if I take the left pointer value, it is 1. If I take the right pointer value, right now it is 6. It is becoming 7, right? So 7 is greater than what I want. I want two values whose sum is 6. If I increase my left pointer, if I make my left pointer towards here, now what will happen? It will 2 plus 6 will again be more than 6 only, right? Again, if I increase my left pointer, what will happen? 3 plus 6 will be 9, which is again greater than 6. So in the case where my left pointer value plus my right pointer value is greater than the sum, there what we need to do, we need to decrement my right pointer. Okay, so in this case, what I will do, I will keep my left pointer constant, that is 1, and here I will make sure that my right pointer goes towards the left side. So it will become 1 plus 5 and it will become 6. Now are you able to understand, guys? Those who said no or those who said 0? Everyone? Okay, so similarly, we will try to look the logic for how our right pointer will move. Okay, so again, I will take one more case. I think that will help you understand. Able to catch up. So this value 1, 2, 4, 5. Question is, I need to find two values whose sum is 3. Right? So I start my left here, or let's say in this case it is, let's say it is 11. Okay, and I start my right pointer from here. Right? So right now my sum is 1 plus 6, which is less than the target, that is equal to 11. So in this case, if I decrement my right pointer, then what will happen? 1 plus 5 will again be less than 11. It can never be close to 11. So in this case, what I need to do, I need to increment my left pointer. So next case, what will happen? 2 plus 6 will become 8, but it is still less than 11. I increment one more value, I increment one more value, and then again I increment one more value. And once my left pointer goes towards 5, right pointer is here, then what will happen? 5 plus 6 will become 11. Okay. So the very straightforward logic is, if the left pointer plus right pointer value, if it is what? If it is less than the target, okay, if it is less than the target, then what we do? We increment our left pointer. Okay. If my left pointer plus my right pointer, okay, if it is greater than the target, right, if it is greater than the target, then what we do? I will decrement my right pointer. Are we able to catch this logic, guys? Any doubts here? If yes, you can quickly type +1 in the chat. Okay, very good. We can see we have got few good answers. Okay, still some people are saying no. Don't worry, I'll explain it again. Don't worry. Okay. So I'll again try to explain it once again. Okay. So that again it is a revision for all of you, those who are able to get it. Let's suppose we have these values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? We have 2 pointers. Okay. The first pointer is my left pointer. The second pointer is my right pointer. Okay. And I need to find the two values such that my sum is, let's say, 3. In this case, what are the values? 1 and 2, right? These two only add up to 3. If I take 3, then I cannot take any other value. It will be only one value. So in this case, what is happening? I'm checking the left pointer value, it is 1. I'm checking the right pointer value, which is 6. If I do 1 plus 6, it is what? It is greater than my target value, that is 3. So in this case, what I need to do? I will decrement my right pointer. So what will happen now? 1 plus 5, it is still greater than 6. Sorry, greater than 3, right? So again, what I will do? I will decrement my left pointer. I will not touch or not play with my left pointer. Now again, what is happening? 1 plus 4 is still greater than 3. Again, I will decrement my right pointer. 1 plus 3 is again greater than 3. I will again decrement my right pointer. And in this case, 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. So the two values will be 1 and 2. Okay. So the logic is, if my left pointer plus right pointer value, if it is greater than my sum or the target, then what I need to do? I need to decrement the right pointer. Okay. Similarly, if I go with another case, okay, if I go with another case, let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this time my target is, let's say it is 7. Okay. And now I do what? I do not 7. 7 will be there. Let's say it is 9. Okay. Let's say it is 9. So I start with the left pointer here. I start with the right pointer here. So here what is happening? The sum of these two values, 1 plus 6, is less than the target, which is 9. Right? So here, if I again decrement this, the sum will remain same, since 1 plus 5 will be 6 only. So what I need to do? I need to increment my left pointer. Left pointer will be here. So it will become 2 plus 6, which is 8, which is again less than 9. So again, I have to increment the value here. Now what will happen? It will become 3 plus 6, which is equal to 9. So in this case, what is happening? Left pointer sum plus right pointer sum, if it is less than the target value, then what you do? You increment the left pointer. I hope now it is clear, everyone. If yes, you can give a quick thumbs up. You can give +1 also. Okay. Great. I think many of you are able to understand this part, right? Great. So this is the core of our entire problem statement. And the very same question, this very question is or was asked in the Netflix interview question. Okay, you can search it. So the very similar problem was asked, in that you had to find two values whose sum is equal to the given target value. Okay, now coming back to our question. So you are working in Spotify. Here these are the song durations which are limited, and you need to do the time limit is 450. You need to make sure that we are able to find the two such values. Okay, so here what we are going to do, we are going to solve it using the two pointer problem. Okay, two pointer problem statements. So guys, would you like to try it on paper? Try to write the logic. First try to write the logic. I'll give you 2 minutes and then I'll try to solve it for you. Yeah, quickly try to write the logic. So in two pointers, what is going to happen? Yeah, so I'll share all the program. Don't worry on this. Okay. If left pointer plus right pointer is equal to target, yes, this is the condition. So, okay, I think I'll take it from here. So now what we have to do is we have to implement the two pointer approach here. Okay, we have to implement the two pointer approach. So what we are going to do here, we can we can start with the left pointer. Okay, left pointer is equal to, let's say, 0, and then we can have the right pointer. Okay, right pointer is what? Right pointer will be songs duration dot length minus 1. So left pointer is at 120, right pointer is at 480. Okay, and in this what we do, very similar logic, while my left pointer is less than right pointer. Okay, so same thing I'm going to write here, while my left pointer is always less than right pointer. Then what I can do, you can just try to tap in the values. Okay, so we can have, if this is the case, then I can write here I can take one more variable, let's say int total sum is equal to 0 initially. So what here we can do, we can write total sum is equal to array of songs duration of left pointer plus songs duration of right pointer. Okay, so this is the case, we have total sum. Let me close it. Yeah, I think now you are able to see it properly. So here we are writing this total sum. Now again we have the conditions, right? If my total sum double equals to, okay, if my double equals to the time limit, if I'm able to find those two values, then what I do, what you can do, you can just display the values, right? What you can do, you can do that two songs found, and then what you can do, you can sys out the song value. Okay, so song 1 is, yeah, you can write the duration also. Okay, song 1 is of duration, you can write here is of duration, and here you can write the value. You can write songs duration of left pointer. Okay, and similarly you can copy this part, right? And here what you can do, you can write song duration of left pointer also, you can write. Okay, and here you can just copy paste and we can write right pointer. So basically if I get it directly, what I do, I just make sure if it is there, then I do. And what you can do, you can just do the return part, right? You can come out of this particular if statement. Okay, else if this is not the case, then you write else if, and in this else if what you write, again the same logic that we have seen here. What is the logic? If the total sum, that is left pointer plus right pointer, right, if it is greater than, right, if it is greater than what, if it is sorry, less than target. Okay, if it is less than target, then what we do? We increment the left pointer. Okay, so similarly here you can see we saw in this case, right? So this is greater. Okay, and what we were doing, we were, in this case, if it is sum is greater than the target, then we are decrementing our right pointer. Okay, so quickly I'll just write here the logic. This you can keep a note of. Okay, you can keep a note of this part. So here I can write if my left pointer value plus right pointer value, okay, if it is less than the target, then I do left pointer plus plus. And similarly, if my left pointer value plus right pointer value is greater than the target, then I do right pointer minus minus. Okay. So yeah, else if I can write the logic, if my total sum, if it is less than the target, okay, if it is less than, not the target, the total sum is less than the time limit, okay, then what we can do, we can do here left pointer plus plus, and then we have a else block. Else directly I can write it right pointer plus plus. Okay, you can either do the return part or also you can do the break as well. Both of them works. Okay, you can write here break also. This will also work. Let's try to see, okay, if it is working or not. Right, let us try to run it. Okay, we are getting an error, array index out of bound. Okay, so what is happening here? Basically, we don't have a condition where our this particular total sum, this value is somewhere not incrementing or not decrementing. Okay, here we are doing left pointer plus plus, and here also we are doing right pointer plus plus. Right, so right pointer is already at the end, and again if I do plus plus, then it will go outside. So here what I need to do, I need to write here right pointer minus minus. So there is a typo. Okay, let's run it again, and in this case we got our value. The song 1 is of duration 150, and here song 2 is of duration how much? 300. Okay, now again if we don't find all of this thing, right, if we are not able to find any song, so we can just directly write outside that we were not able to find any particular songs whose value matched to the time limit. That also case we can write later on. Okay, but are you able to understand this part? Let me just change the input here. Let me make it, instead of, let me make it 120 plus 400, let me make it 520. Let's see if you are able to get the value. So you can see song 1 is of duration 120, song 2 is of duration 400. Okay, you can also debug it. Okay, so I don't know how many of you know the debug part, but basically you can put a pointer here, okay, and you can check the values while the code is running. Okay, you can just check the value, something like this. So you can press the debug button here in IntelliJ. Okay, so here are the values that we have right now. Okay, so our code starts from here. Initially the left pointer value is 0 and the right pointer value is 9. Okay, you can see the values. Left pointer value is 0, right pointer value is 9, the time limit is 520, and this is our array which is stored in the memory. Okay, now what happens? The total sum value is what? Total sum value is present the left plus right. So what is total sum? 120 plus 480. Okay, so if I go inside this, okay, so what will happen if I just resume it? So it will not go inside this part if condition, because this condition is not true. It will not come here. It will also not go in this condition because the total sum is 600, which is greater than the time limit. So directly it went to this else condition. And here what we are getting, we will ensure that we are doing right pointer minus minus. So again, if I resume it, what is happening now? You can see that your right pointer value has changed. It has become 8. Left pointer value is still the same, 0. Okay. Then what you are doing, again, you're resuming it, right? Is this time what is happening? The total sum is matching the time limit. So my left pointer is 0. This is 120. My right pointer is where? It has 400. So time total sum is what? 520. And total sum is equal to 520. And total limit is equal to what? 520. It matches and it will print it over here. Okay. You can see it will print over here. And if I just write a huge value, let's say I write here, let's say 600, then what should happen? If I run it, sorry, let me debug it, okay, quickly. And in this case, what is happening? You can see that the total sum will become what now? It will be, yeah, we have one more, 600 plus 120, it will be 720 initially, okay? You will see that it will be 720 and directly it will go to here, else part, right? Then what will happen? Right pointer will decrement. Right pointer will decrement, okay? Right pointer will come here, okay? Then now you can see we have right pointer and the total sum has decremented. Again, I will go, you can see that it has become 8. Again, we will go like this. You can see that again, we are able to find the duration. Okay. And similarly, if I write a huge value, let's say I write the time value as 1080. Okay. 1080. So in this case, again, I will debug it. What is happening? The total sum is what right now? 120 plus 600. Okay. So you can see that 120 plus 600 is what? 720. But 720 is what? Less than the time limit. So in this case, we are incrementing our left pointer. I resume it. Okay. Now my total sum will become what? My total sum will become 750 because left pointer is at 150 and right pointer is at 600. So 150 plus 600 is 750. Again, I resume it. 180 plus 600 is, again, the total sum is less than, right? The total sum is less than the time limit. Again, what will happen? Left pointer will become plus plus. So it will keep on happening until what will happen? Your left pointer will point to 480. Okay. I keep on resuming. And you can see my song 1 is 480 and my song 2 is 600. Okay, guys. So are you able to understand this part? Everyone? Okay. You can quickly give a thumbs up if you found that today you learned a new technique, that is 2-pointer. Okay. So what we can do, we can play a quiz as well. Okay. We can do a very basic quiz if you want. Let me try to find out the link. Okay. So you can check in your I think WhatsApp group. There you might get a link. Let me try to find the link. Okay. I'll just stop share. Let me try to find the link. Okay, so guys, I have shared a link of quiz. You can quickly attempt that. I hope you are able to play now. So I'll just click on play now. Okay. So this is the pin code. You can type in the pin code and if you want, you can scan as well. Okay, great. So we have so many people coming in. So yeah, we have got few prizes as well for the winners.
A B, jolly space student.
Okay, let me just turn down the volumes. Okay, so yeah, let's wait for some time and then we'll quickly start the game. I hope that all of you are able to join it. Okay, so we have got around 39 players. Yeah, once we are done with the game, we will have a feedback as well, right? You can just share the feedback here. So yeah, that will take on later, don't worry. Okay, so quickly try to join and then we can start. So you are not able to join. So those are not able to join, you can just quickly scan this code or you can just go to quiz.play. Okay, I can show you. You can just write here quiz.play, quiz.com, sorry, not quiz.play. So you can write here quiz.com and here you can enter the game pin. Okay, the game pin is 862280. 862280. Okay, and you can just enter the game. You can see here, you can. Okay. So yeah, 52 has joined. So I'll wait another 5 more minutes for all of you to join. I think we have got over 150 plus people here. Let's see how many join here. So shall I start or shall I wait? So guys, anyone who's not able to join? If you're not able to join, you can type in the chat in the Q&A poll. So yeah, we have got exciting prizes for the winners. Okay. So you can go to quiz.com. Okay, and then you can enter the pin code. This is the pin code 862280. Anyone who is not able to join it, please let me know. In the chat, I cannot see. Okay. Fine. So we will have last 2 more minutes. So I'll just quickly open the timer. Okay. Last 2 minutes for you to enroll. And those who want to just enjoy the like just watch it, they can just quickly watch it as well. Okay. So this is the timer. And here is your quiz.com pin code. Yeah, I can see a lot of people have joined now. We have got 72. Still, I think a lot of people can join, but no issues. Last 1 minute, guys. So it will be a MCQ based question. Okay. You will have a question and accordingly there will be few options that you need to attempt. Okay. So yeah, last 20 seconds and then we will be starting our game. Okay, so the time's up. Let us quickly start our game. So get ready. We have this first question coming in. So we have what is DSA? Very simple question. Yeah, time is going. So you only have 10 seconds to answer it. And also if you answer it quickly, you will get extra points as well. Okay, so last 3 seconds. Done. So the answer is very simple: data structures and algorithms. Shall we go to the next? I think there's no explanation required here, right? So we have so many people tied up at the first place. Okay. What is the time complexity of accessing an element in an array? I think so many of you will get it right because we have discussed this part, right? Okay, so the answer is big O of 1. Why it is big O of 1? Let me just pause here. So let me explain you. So array is having some indexes, okay? Accessing a value from an array is like picking any one value. Even if the size is, let's say, 10 or the size is 100 or the size is 1 million, you just have to pick any one value, right? So there will be only one operation associated towards it. And that is why the value is big O of 1. That is, it will be always 1. Now let's see how many of you got it right. Okay. So we have got some answers, but again the tables have changed. Okay, let us start with another question. This also we have discussed today. Yeah, answering fast is also there, but you have to answer it correctly as well. Okay. So that is also thing that you should think of. So again, the answer is big O of n. Okay. Now why it is big O of n? Because if we are accessing two elements, let's say we have size as, let's say, 5. So there will be around 5 operations. Left pointer will go here, right will go here, it will go here, it will go here, and then one more operation to check the left pointer and the right pointer at the end. And if I increase it to 10, my operations were here right now 5, they will again increase it to 10. If I increase this number to 20, my operations will increase it to 20. So that is why the option will be big O of n. So let's see how many of you got it right. Okay, we still have Abhi, Prashant, and other players tied up. Okay, yeah, good. Let's see. Next question. So you can think about it. Okay. Answer is all of the above. Now, why is the answer all of the above? So 2 pointer is nothing but we start from the left and the right. So basically, container with most water. Okay, so let's suppose we have these containers. One is of equal size. One is at the right part is lower and the left part is at the height. And here left part is at low and right part is at height. So we start from here and then we keep on incrementing up to a particular height. And we check at what point the height is decreasing or increasing. Okay, so accordingly we can implement the 2 pointer here from left and the right side. Similarly, we have another trapping rainwater in the same case. Okay, and also we can have the longest substring. Okay, so let's suppose if I have A B C D E, A B C D E, we can start from this pointer. Okay, and accordingly we can go towards right or we can come from right to left and we can check up till what point we are able to make sure that we are getting a substring without any repeating characters. Okay, so basically how it will be, let's suppose both of our pointers start from this place. Both of them moves toward the same direction. So first is A, right pointer is at B. Then we have C, D, E, F, A. Again, right pointer will increase if we don't find a repeating characters. Again, it will increase and it will keep on increasing again once these two are pointing to the same characters. Then this will start increasing. Okay, like this we will see. Okay, I think most of you might have got this also right. Let's see. Now there are the changes. We are able to see few other values. Okay. Required for 2 data pointers technique. I think very easy. Yeah, so this we discussed in our slide initially, right? Here, pairs, and it is mostly used in arrays, okay, or list. So generally it is used in arrays. Great. So Dr. Street has now, okay, I think at the first position. We have very tough competition. Good, guys. Let us go to our next question. So here it like this is a question like which will take some time for you to understand. Okay. Yeah, we are at the 9th question. Again, this is difficult for you. So again, the answer here is big O of n. Why it is big O of n? So here, let us try to understand what the particular question is asking. So we have an array of positive integers. Okay, the array can be of any length. Okay, it can be of any length. Now here, what we need to do? How many sub arrays exist where the product is less than k? So let's suppose we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here what is happening? How many subarrays exist where the product is less than k? Let's say the product is, let's say, 20. Okay. Now product is what? Product is the product of all these values. Okay. So we can have 1 into 2. This is one product. We can have 1 into 3, we can have 1 into 2 into 3, we can have 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. So we can have n factorial values or n into n, right? N into n minus 1 generally, this is the segment. And out of this, automatically some subarrays will get like discarded. Let's suppose if I do 1 into 2, so definitely my 1, or here it is asking that product is less than given k. So 1 into 2 is what? 2, but this entire subarray which contains 1, 2, 3, this will get discarded because the product of this is greater than 1 into 2. So accordingly, we will divide it by n, and approximately it will come at around n, which is the answer here. Okay. So yeah, last 2 questions, guys. Let's see if you are able to get a tie, or if you are able to get good scores. So Abhi is still leading. Yeah, very simple question. So if you followed, you might have, I can give you a hint like what we did before or prior to applying the 2-pointer, one activity that we did. Yeah, so answer is sorting an array. So what we did in our code, we sorted the array first and then we went on to apply the 2-pointer. Okay. So only 2 people got it right. Many people have got it right. But Abhi is still leading. Then Dr. Street is at number 2. So your last question, guys. Let's see if you're able to get it right, you'll get double points. So be patient and try to answer it. Okay. Given a sorted array, which is the best method to check if a pair exists with a given sum? The very first question that we started with today, and it aligns with our concept, right? And yes, all of you, I think, should have got this right. And the answer is 2-pointer. Okay, so yeah, we have concluded the game, and here at number 3rd position, let's see. So we have Dr. Street. You can type in your name in the chat. Who is Dr. Street? Prashant, good job. Number 2. And 1, no surprises. I think Abhi has 1. Okay, a huge round of applause for Abhi. Great job. So thank you guys. I think like we have participated here. So now what we can do, we can come back to your webinar, and here is again list. We will have the report. Okay, we'll share it with you. But before concluding, yeah, 3rd place is Bindu Shri R. Good. Congratulations, Bindu Shri. Coming back to our slide, we are open for few minutes of our Q&A, and also in the meantime, you can give the feedback. Okay. We take a lot of pride in the webinars that we deliver. So whatever we did right, or any, if you feel we can improve any area, you can just tell us in the feedback. And if you have any Q&A, you can post your queries in the Q&A section and I'll try to answer it. So Bharat is saying he got 27th. No issues. We can try tomorrow, right? There's one more chance of, yeah, Prashant, great job. Congratulations. So we have prizes for you, okay? We'll share it over mail and over your phone number. So in the meantime, guys, you can scan this QR code, okay? Also, I'll share the link with you. So that link, I think I'll share it with you over WhatsApp. That you can share. If you have any other Q&A, any questions, you can ask. Yeah, Abhishek, congratulations. You have got the first prize, first place. Great job. Yeah, if you don't have any questions, I think you can give the feedback and you can drop. And in case, if you guys are not able to ask right now, you can mail me here, harshit@certometer.com. Okay. And you can like mail any of your queries, okay, that you come across. So I've got one query that will there be a session tomorrow? Yes, there will be one more session tomorrow, and it will be an extension of 2-pointer. We'll go with more, you can say, complex questions tomorrow. It will be an extension. Okay. We'll take the concepts from here and then we'll try to solve more hands-on. There will be a quiz. One more question. Will I get the participation certificate? Yes, you will get the participation certifications. If you have shared the right mail and right contact number, we'll share it with you. Is this the approach? We can find 2 songs right. Yeah, like you can limit it to 2 as of now, but in the 2-pointer, we can have multiple values also, right? So tomorrow we'll try to understand more complex approach. Today it was just a teaser of two pointer, just to give you familiarity of one technique. Yeah, so any other questions, guys? So I'll be here for another 4-5 minutes. We have already gone half past, like half an hour past the scheduled time. So it's a great thing that you guys are interested. Yeah, so you can quickly give a feedback, right? And then we can drop and then we can connect tomorrow. So one more question, will I get the resources? Yes, all the codes and all the resources, all the uh, the the PDF that we have used, the slide that we have used, everything will be shared along with you guys. Okay, I'll just share it everything. Yeah, so coming back to the screen. So I'll switch off my camera, okay, and I'll be on mute and I'll just wait for your feedbacks. If there's any question, then I'll answer it. Yeah, so for both the days, like those who top in both the days, they will get separate individual days also, you will get the prizes. So don't worry, guys. Quiz winners for both the days will also get extra. Even if you're able to get it on one day, they will also get extra prizes. So prizes, we will let you know. Don't worry. Okay. So once we conclude our all the quizzes, we will share the prizes with you. So apart from this, I don't think we have any other questions. So thank you so much, guys. Have a good night and see you tomorrow. Bye. Thank you all.